Visible blue in perfect contact for no cloud.
Fast when you see the crescent, and break your fast when you see it again.
We have a connection about this sky and the moon and the sun. And God has dedicated one chapter for the moon and one chapter for the sun. Because there are two signs of the creation, we see them on a daily basis. Therefore, the moon is quite an important part and parcel to define the beginning of special months. Amongst them is the month of fasting, which is Ramadan.
So as the moon goes around the Earth, it's basically, as we look at it, it goes around the Earth sort of once a month roughly, and it's lit from one side by the sun. So if you can imagine, if it's more or less on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun, it's sort of lit full on by the sun. So as we see it, it appears as a full moon. The whole side of the moon that's facing towards us is illuminated. As it goes around and it's sort of side on to the sun, it's lit from one side, and so we see half a moon. And then when it's more towards the moon in the sky, really it's being lit from the far side. The far side of the moon is being lit, and the side facing towards us is in shadow. And so what we see is a thinner and thinner crescent as the moon approaches the sun. And in fact, when the moon is very close to the sun in the sky, it's very hard to see at all because it's really just lit from the back, and that's the new moon.
It's like a joke. Somebody said, Dr. Abdul Aziz, in England we don't see even the sun, let alone the crescent. Most of the time it's cloudy. If we don't see it, we count 30 days and then we declare after that day the first of Ramadan.
There are still mysteries. I mean, you might have noticed that the moon always keeps one face towards us. It's tidally locked. So this sort of tide force that acts between the Earth and the moon has basically made it sort of stick with one face towards us. So we never see the far side of the moon.
When we see a new moon, we have a prayer. We say, oh God, make this new moon full of goodness to us. Your Lord and our Lord is God. We speak to the moon. Your Lord and our Lord is God. So therefore, this is a prayer the Prophet has taught us. Therefore, when we see a new moon, we always pray for goodness. It's a month of goodness.